This is 14 things you can do on social media that cost absolutely no money. They are completely free. I'm going to get straight into it. So number one is following and connecting with at least 5 new people every day. So that's on Instagram, it could be on LinkedIn, perhaps on Twitter. Find 5 new people, perhaps they are ideal clients, they could be good referral partners for you. So find 5 a day, go and connect with them. The likelihood is they'll check out your profiles, you'll gain new followers, but also you can start to have conversations with the 5 that you follow. Number 2 is to use the full features on Instagram. So you can post up to 10 photos in one post, so use the multiple photos option. Obviously Instagram have put that there as a slideshow option, so they want you to use that feature. So try adding 10 photos or at least more than one. It makes people scroll across, and each time they do that, that counts as an engagement. So it means that it's going to help you to obviously get your post seen by more people. Straight into number 3 is, not many people do this. They post on LinkedIn, but they don't actually use the write an article feature. So I highly suggest, if you haven't already, go onto LinkedIn on desktop, use the write an article option. It's essentially like a blog or a piece of news that you can write on there. It's a lot more expansive. You can add images, change the text, the layout, and it's something that is one of those evergreen posts, so you can constantly refer to it and obviously send traffic to it from your other social media profiles. So that is number 3. Number 4 is something that I've been doing for years and it works really, really well, is create a list in Twitter of your clients and make sure that you engage with them, make sure that you interact with them. It's one of those positive notifications that can come up on their phone. So it just keeps you in mind. So even if you don't get a chance to speak to them, whether that's on phone or email, you're keeping in check with them. So I highly recommend create a list of your clients on Twitter so that you can also keep in touch and also keep an eye on what they're up to, so that if there's any opportunities for what you do as a business, obviously you can get involved with that. That's number 4. Moving straight on to number 5. Post a story to your Instagram and Facebook every day. They're only there for 24 hours, so they don't have to be sort of perfect graphic design masterpieces. It's exactly that, it's a little window, a little insight, if you like, into the story of your day. So we all like to be, I'll say curious, but most of us are nosy in what people are doing. So feed that, feed that addiction that we all have to find out what people are up to by posting regular posts on your Instagram story. And if you've got your Facebook page linked, then obviously you can just share that straight away automatically over to Facebook as well. I get hundreds of views on my Instagram and Facebook stories, so yeah, highly worth doing that. Straight into number 6 then, so that is ask your previous clients for recommendations on LinkedIn. They are effectively a whole sort of area of testimonials that sit on LinkedIn. So go back to your old clients. Again, another good excuse to get back in touch with them, whether it's been quiet or a few months past. Just ask, that job we did for you, would you mind leaving me a recommendation on LinkedIn? I'm trying to build up my profile. It would help me out. And often you'll get into a conversation about, potential more work or selling more product. But what I would then do is you can take those recommendations on the bottom of LinkedIn, screenshot them. You can then share them, obviously, not just on LinkedIn, but your other social media profiles as well. Number 7 is to post a photo of you, that's you, on your business page, and then share a little insight. Again, going back to the stories, people love to see the people behind the business. I guarantee that if you post a picture of you up and put a little bit of an insight on what you're up to, you'll get far more attention, interaction, engagement than if you were to just put that status or just a picture of your office. Not to say that's a bad thing, but people like to see the people behind the business. So post a photo of you. I know it means you get in front of the camera, do a selfie in your office, get a staff member, colleague, whatever, get a picture of you up on the page, and you'll find that you'll get more interaction. So that's number 7. Moving straight into number 8. Find a Facebook group, start a new discussion every day. Now, you could have a look at finding maybe 2 or 3 groups that you want to concentrate on. Perhaps that's where your ideal customers are. It might be where they hang out. Focus on that group, be a positive member in there, start discussions, add value, and obviously then everybody's going to like and comment beneath your post, but you're always the one that started that. So there's a positive sort of relationship to that. So highly recommend, don't just be the people that comment, don't just be the people that like, and certainly don't be the lurkers that just sort of scroll past and read. Make a point of starting a post at least once every day, either in different groups, or if you're really looking to concentrate, obviously do it in one or two groups that you're looking to work with. Number 9 is do a video. Yes, a video. I know you hate doing them. Most people do, but the majority of people will watch it. I'm doing this live into my group. I'm then going to repurpose that. So I'm going to download the video. I'm going to add subtitles. I'm then going to share that on other social media platforms as well. Honestly, it's going to get more attention than photos. Obviously, photos get more attention than text. But if you can, do a video. It doesn't always have to be you talking to the camera like this. Flip the camera, maybe record your screen if it's something that you do on the computer. You could do a video of what your office looks like, maybe interview one of your staff. As long as the actual file type is a video, then the social media platforms like Facebook and everything else are going to prefer that, so they're going to show it to more people. So people get scared of video because they think, oh my God, it's going to be me in front. I don't feel confident doing it. You don't always have to be the person in front of the camera. Flip it round. Just think about if you were wearing them as goggles. What do you do in your day? Share an insight. It's something that you'll find you'll get loads more eyes on. So that's number 9. Straight into number 10. Use the search function in the different groups to find the topics that you want to converse on. So there's some massive business groups online, and if anybody's not sure where to find them, drop me a message. I'll happily point you in the right direction of a few groups. Like my group, the All In Business Network. Use the search function, so it's at the top on mobile. On the left-hand side, there's a little box on desktop. Use search, so whether that's social media, print, if you're an accountant, if you're a PT, whatever it is you do, look for the topics that are being discussed in that group around what you talk about. So it's a highly powerful thing, not only to look for the immediate opportunities, but to have a look at who else is talking about them, maybe connect with them, and then obviously you can look to see what other future opportunities there are. Number 11, talked about it slightly a little bit earlier, but share a testimonial or client review. I know that things like Google reviews are notoriously difficult to get your clients to actually click the link, go and fill it out, and whatever you try and incentivize them with, you never get all your clients to fill your review. But something you can do is often you'll get messages or you'll get an email and there'll be a snippet in that text, Rick did a fantastic job, or Rick really helped me out last minute, went over and above, yada, yada, yada. Just take that bit of text, use something like Canva or, other graphic packages are available, and just create it as a testimonial. Take that text, create something that illustrates what it is you've done for your client, and obviously, positive experience as well. And if you can get them to leave you a review, then obviously that's a little bonus. Number 12 is something that I do quite often, is a business shout out. So because you've got an audience, you've got that opportunity to showcase another business to the people that already follow you. It's also not selling. So, it's an opportunity where, I might showcase one of the pieces of work I've done for my client, or it might be a supplier of mine that has done a fantastic job, and I just want to highlight them and share them on my page. But what that does do is I might say, right, ABC Limited, they were fantastic for me, supplied everything I needed on time, good price, fantastic service. But by tagging them in that shout out, they're going to share it on their page as well. So you're effectively sort of doubling up your audience by tagging one another into it. So, and also it's a nice thing to give other businesses a leg up, particularly if they've done you a good service. So that's another one that can work quite well. That works really well on email campaigns as well. So it's worth adding that on there too. Number 13, ask for help from your audience or ask them for advice. So, your audience and your customers are your best source of content for social media, because we as business owners or those that work in the business can sometimes be too close to it. We're not in the mindset of that client, the buyer, the person that's actually going to take you up on your service. So ask them, do you prefer A or B? Or, we're looking to launch more of this. Which would you prefer? And, people naturally want to help. If they see a question, our instinct as human beings is to answer it. If you give them a choice, it's no longer a case of, do I want to answer this question, but do I want A or do I want B? So I posted recently about, which type of free gift would you prefer? Would you prefer, notebook and pen, or a mug and a water bottle? Not would you like a free gift? And then basically had hundreds of comments of people talking about what they would prefer. So give people a choice, but ask the questions, look for their advice. Number 14 is review and write your profile and your bios on all the different platforms as if your perfect client was the one that was reading it. So often, we set up these social media profiles and we don't revisit them. And, things change, your services change, perhaps the niche that you're trying to work with, your client base, your customer focus changes. So you need to look at your bios on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything, LinkedIn, and just make sure that it screams as if your perfect client was looking at it. Don't worry about everybody else. Try not to be too vanilla and a bit bland. Just speak as if your perfect client was reading it. Tell them what they want to hear. Make sure it's clear what you do, and make sure it's obvious, what it is that you're going to offer them, and obviously the results of working with you. So that's the 14 tips. There's one more that I'm going to add on there as well, which hopefully this falls under as well, and that is always give advice, add value, be the expert where you can, give people a reason to keep following, and obviously keep coming back and be consistent with your content. So I'll have a look at any questions at the end. Thank you very much, and hope you all have a good weekend. Cheers, guys.